Like this.
You are listening to Yay, the Yin and Yang English radio show for Chinese Americans. We're back. Well, our program today begins with a perspective on social issues that may be of special interest to the Chinese Americans around the world. I wanted to talk about a friend of mine. He lives in Florida, and he basically is an ABK. He's American-born Korean, and he didn't go to college. He basically started working in restaurant business right out of high school, and I guess he's now being pushed by his parents to get married. And basically, his parents are telling him that he must bring a Korean wife to his house, otherwise they will disown him. So I thought that was kind of interesting because, you know, what my father used to say. He didn't insist on Chinese. He just said, well, son, since I don't speak English well, I need you to bring someone that I can communicate with. Therefore, as long as she speaks fluent Chinese, I don't care what her race is. And since I never got to meet a gorgeous blonde who is fluent in Chinese, I never got married, you know? So if you're out there, email me, please, at jackinradio@gmail.com.
你们好，我叫布朗特尼 Brittany， 我是加拿大人，我爸爸说法语和妈妈说英文，我会说法语、英文和一点普通话，我恨我的口音，对不起，我很害羞。
So, you guys have any thoughts on interracial marriage? Do you guys
Jack,
think it's
I'm still
okay?
thinking about that blonde you never married.
The blonde who's fluent in Chinese.
Now I'm going to be on the search for a blonde that's... By the way, I know a few Caucasian women that do speak Mandarin.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, it's pretty big when you go to China and become a teacher. And there's a lot of programs invested in it. And Mandarin is actually a very powerful and dominant language now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because, China, has a lot of power. So a lot of people are actually studying Mandarin.
Sure.
But I'm sure there are a few blondes out there. I don't know.
If you're listening, don't forget to email me, please.
Okay, but back to the main subject on hand here. That's a big thing. I think a lot of immigrant parents that do come over, because of the culture, they're very old-fashioned. So of course they want their children's wives that are coming into the family to speak or be the language and be the culture. I can understand that, but then at the same time, I'm very, my parents weren't like that at all. So.
So your parents were totally okay with you marrying a Caucasian dude?
No, I think my parents wanted certain things, but they were also, I don't want to say wise enough, but they were also knowing that in order to keep the family dynamics, we have to be happy ourselves.
Uh-huh.
So they didn't put any restrictions on us. But my mom, would hint certain things, but I don't think she... gave me a hard time about it.
Brandon Master, although he's not an ABC, because he was born in Hong Kong, he did marry an ABC. I mean, how did your parents feel about that? Did your parents insist that you marry somebody from Hong Kong, or were they totally okay with somebody who was completely assimilated to the American culture?
As long as the person is Chinese, I don't think.
Well, that's the thing. That she's Chinese. That doesn't count. You're talking about if he married someone out of the completely out of the race. Like if he married let's say Caucasian or Indian or something. Would that be an issue with your family?
I think that would be.
You would. Okay.
It would be an issue.
Why?
Can't blend in. How can you communicate?
But have you seen some of those mixed kids? They're the cutest.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I know. But the problem is, I have to have rice at night.
So you never met a blonde who would make rice for you?
What is it with the blonde?
Because I'm also from the 80s. Remember, JudyMae, you used to say that back in the 80s it was all about blondes and blue eyes, right? So I'm still stuck in that decade.
Well, there are not that many real true blondes out there. I hope you know that.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. There could be.
They're all dyed hair?
There are plenty of Chinese blonde.
Oh my gosh, those are
with
that's
blue
bad.
eyes, right?
With blue, green, purple, magenta eyes.
Any color of eyes.
Any color you pick.
Whatever you
Any
want.
color that you desire,
That's right.
basically.
And I think there are certain contact lenses that can make their eyes look bigger.
Yes,
right?
yes, I've
Different
seen
color.
those. Those
Right?
are scary. They make, there's this baby doll look. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. It's very big in the.
Yes.
Oh, you have seen it. Yeah.
Yes,
Of course.
They make the girls, with pigtails, with the big, pupils.
Yes.
Do you guys find that attractive?
Depending on the mood, yes. if I'm generally a little bit drunk and if it's generally dark.
Oh my God, Dad! if you're generally drunk, Brandon will look good to you. Okay, I don't think it matters.
Oh, trust
okay?
me, that has happened once.
Oh no, let's not go there.
Oh,
But,
TMI.
But
I need to know that.
I don't know those girls who would pick on who would put on all those makeup and different color contact lenses that make their eyes bigger.
Yes.
I think it's so fake, right?
It does tend
But
to
it
get
still
a
looks
little-
good though.
No,
you think it's the ad? Oh, no.
sometimes it looks scary
Yeah.
when they do it too much.
I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. I've been image consultant for the Miss Chinese pageant, and I've never saw the big eyeball thing, right? And a couple of years ago, one of the girls in the pageant was wearing it, and I was training her, and I used to look at her and go, "Wow, her eyes, they were just so big." And then one day, I just had to I just stared right at her eyes, and I was like, I don't want to say her name or anything, and I called her name. I'm like, "Wow, you have these really unique eyes." And
Are those real?
no, I didn't even know I didn't know
Right,
it existed.
right.
All the girls in the room started laughing, and I didn't know what was going on. I said, "Okay, what's up, girls?" And I found out she was wearing those fake contacts.
Right.
Mind you, I was intrigued. I got a pair on my own.
Oh.
I did. I wore it, and when I wore it, when I went out, people were like, "Something looks different, Judy. You look thinner." So I got
Based on the eye color?
no, because my eyeballs were bigger, my body looked smaller.
Oh my goodness.
So I actually liked it for a couple months, but when I started really seeing a lot of girls do it,
Yeah.
it does start to look so generic and just fake. I started not liking it, and I started restricting all my girls from wearing it. Actually,
So Brendan and I, we went to Chinatown today for lunch, and on our way back, we stopped at this little kind of tea shop, and they posted a lot of these photos with these girls, young girls, and they all look the same kind of, right? Because they were all sort of wearing the similar type of lenses. They all had a similar pose as well when they were taking these photos with their cell phones, and we thought it was kind of interesting.
I mean, for those of you out there, I'm sure a lot of you heard about the 10 moves that Asian girls gotta pull when they pictures with the cell phone and post on,
Is that right?
on Facebook. I mean,
the 10 poses.
right?
And they do a lot of practice. I've seen them. I mean, they
Oh,
tend
yeah.
to probably take 1,000 pictures, and
Of course.
and out of those 1,000 pictures, they'll pick the right one.
And they're the masters of Photoshop and
Is that right?
Oh yeah. You could Photoshop right off your phone right away before
Right-
you Facebook
right to the
right
phone,
away.
right.
You can
Right,
drop like
right.
20 pounds.
there are apps like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, do you guys actually like the fact that women are doing that, or I don't know? I think I'm getting two senses. Brandon's on one end, and then Jack is like, "I love it. I 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 love it."
I don't care. I love it. I don't care.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Yes. I actually like it. I actually like it. You gotta move on with the trend, man. Come on. You don't get stuck in the 80s.
It's all right. It's all right. You
Look,
know.
obviously, you could say one thing about the natural beauty, right? But at the same time, I mean, I remember during the old days, I think women who used to go to beauty pageants, they were not allowed to have plastic surgery. Now I think I believe it's accepted.
Is it allowed?
I think every organization is different. You're talking about different organizations, different rules. People run it differently.